Hi standard. Welcome to the third part of your chapter Similarity. Today we are going to move ahead with the solution of practice set 1.2. But before moving ahead, let us discuss what we have learned till now. Till now we learned concept of similar object and concept of similarity. Then we learned the ratio of the areas of the two triangle. After that we solved your practice set 1.1. Then in a last lecture we learned proof of basic proportionality theorem, proof of property of angle bisector and proof of property of three parallel and their transversal. Today here we are going to deal with the property of the angle bisector. So we will do the sums of the practice set 1.2 which are related to the angle bisector property. So today in this session we will take the only those questions which are related to the angle bisector property. Before moving to the solution of the sums, let us quickly revise what was your angle bisector property. Your angle bisector property can be applicable in a triangle. So here I am taking your one triangle named ABC. This triangle is having the three angles, angle A, angle B and angle C. Suppose I am taking the angle bisector of the angle B. As we know that angle bisector divides the angle into two equal parts. So it is passing through and it is intersecting your side AC. So I am giving the intersection point as the M. Okay. What we learned in the last lecture about the angle bisector property, that whenever your angle bisector passes, it makes the sum ratio. Ratio of the remaining two sides of the triangle is equal to the ratio of your opposite sides. It means your AB upon BC is equal to AM upon MC. AB upon BC is equal to AM upon MC. आपकी जो साइड्स दो साइड्स रहती हैं उनके रेशियो इज इक्वल टू जिस साइड्स को वो इंटरसेक्ट कर रहा है उसके रेशियो की इक्वल. सपोज विल टेक वन मोर ट्रायंगल PQR and suppose I am taking the angle bisector of the angle R and here intersection point is the S. Now RS is passing through the which side PQ और उसको intersect कर रहा है at the point S, means we have to leave this side, then we have to make the ratio of the other two sides. So it will be the PR upon QR is equal to the PS upon SQ. So it was our angle bisector property. In a triangle, when your angle bisector is passing, it is passing to the one side of the triangle. Uska ratio is equal to the ratio of the other your two sides. Now we did this. Now we will move to your solution of the sums which are related to the angle bisector property. So let us start with your question number 1 of practice set 1.2. Your question number 1 says, given below are the sum triangle. This question we are having the three sub question. Each sub question is having the one triangle and the length of the line segment. If you observe, every triangle is having the length value. Identify in which figure, we have to identify in which figure ray PM is the bisector of angle QPR. Ray PM is the bisector of your angle QPR. If you observe, ray PM is there in each and every triangle. PM, the bisector of the angle QPR. So each triangle is having the angle QPR also. QPR. These are the three different sub question, but तीनों की नेमिंग एक जैसी की गई है. Here your question is asking in which sub question, in which figure your ray PM is the bisector of angle QPR. Here angle bisector दिया नहीं है. We have to identify in which figure ray PM is the bisector or not. हमको बताना है कि कौन से फिगर में ray PM bisector है. तो we will use the property of the angle bisector only. Like as we know that elephant is having the long nose, floppy ears and wide thick legs. Elephant is having a long nose, floppy ears and wide thick legs. Suppose someone is given one picture of their animal and he or she is asking that identify whether it's an elephant or not. So what will you do? You will compare that animal with the characteristics of the elephant. कि उस animal को देख के you will compare इसके पास floppy ears, long nose and wide thick legs है क्या? If it is, then that animal is your एलिफेंट, और एल्स अगर उसके पास वैसे एट्रीब्यूट्स वैसे कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स नहीं, इट मीन्स दैट एलिफेंट इज दैट एनिमल इज नॉट योर एलिफेंट. I'll give a one more example. As we know that leap year is the year which is divided by 4. Leap year is the year which is divided 4. Leap year वो year होता है जो 4 से divide होता है. If someone give you one year number and he or she is asking whether it's a leap year or not, तो आप क्या करोगे? You will use the property of the leap year only. Same calculation you will use. You will go, you will divide that year by 4. If it is a fully dividing, it means it's a leap year, or else it is not a leap year. तो हमें जब भी किसी को वेरीफाई आइडेंटिफाई करना पड़ता है कि ये पर्टिकुलर ये चीज है कि नहीं, तो हमको जिस चीज के लिए वेरीफाई करना है, एक्चुअली वी हैव टू यूज दैट प्रॉपर्टी ओनली. हियर आल्सो if we have to identify whether it's an angle bisector or not, so we have to use the property of your angle bisector only. What your angle bisector says? Angle bisector says if there is an angle bisector, so it divides in the same ratio. आपके दो साइड्स के जो रेशियो होते हैं और आपके अपोजिट साइड्स के जो रेशियो होते हैं वो आपस में इक्वल होते हैं. If there is an angle bisector, it means the angle bisector passing through the one side, वो साइड के रेशियो और बचे हुए दो साइड के रेशियो क्या होते हैं, आपस में इक्वल होते हैं. अगर वो एंगल बाइसेक्टर होता है तो, बट यहाँ पे प्रूफ करना है, तो वी कैन कम इन अ अपोजिट वे कि अगर वो रेशियो सेम है तो वो एंगल बाइसेक्टर होगा. योर नॉर्मल, योर जनरल स्टेटमेंट इज दैट इफ इट इज एंगल बाइसेक्टर देन द रेशियोस आर सेम. If it is an angle bisector, then the ratios are same. But यहाँ पे angle bisector ही क्वेश्चन में है कि वो angle bisector है कि नहीं. तो we can prove in this way, if the ratios are same, then it will be your angle bisector. Like as we are doing in 9th standard, if the lines are parallel, then your corresponding angle, alternate angles are same. Suppose if you have to prove that the line is parallel or not, तो हम क्या करते हैं, उसको converse way में लेते हैं. If the corresponding angle is same, or if the alternate angles are same, it means lines are parallel. If the line is parallel, then alternate angle corresponding angles are same. In converse way, if the corresponding angle alternate angles are same, the lines are parallel. So here also in the same way, it is asking for the angle bisector. Angle bisector होता क्या? If the angle bisector is there, the ratios are same. हमें proof करना angle bisector, तो we will use if the ratios are same, then it will be your angle bisector. अगर आपके ratios same आ रहे हैं मतलब वो angle bisector होगा, और रेशियो सेम नहीं आ रहे, इट मींस इट इज नॉट योर एंगल बाइसेक्टर. सो लेट अस डिस्कस ऑल द थ्री क्वेश्चन वन बाय वन. इन फर्स्ट सब क्वेश्चन वी आर हैविंग द ट्रायंगल QPR एंड योर रे PM. We have to prove whether the ray PM is the bisector or not. So we have to use the angle bisector property in a converse way only. So what we have to do, we have to check. अगर आपके ratios same आ गए, it means वो आपका bisector है. If the ratios are not same, वो bisector नहीं है. तो we have to check for the ratios. तो हम कौन कौन सा ratio लेंगे? What we are doing in angle bisector property? First, the ray passing through the one side, उस side का ratio as well as जो ट्रायंगल की बची भी दो साइड है उसका रेशियो हम लोग लेते हैं. तो विल चेक ये रेशियो आपका QM एंड MR. तो विल टेक अ QM अपॉन MR which is 3.5 and 1.5. So we have to reduce in. So what it will be? We have to remove the decimal. So what we have to do? We have to multiply by 10 because we are having the one decimal point. So we have to multiply by 10. So it will be 3.5 into 10, 1.5 into 10, or you can directly write 35 and 15 also. In 10 standard you can directly remove your decimal point. Now 35 and 15. We have to reduce 35 and 15. In which table? In which numbers table both are coming? 5. So it will be 5 7s are 5 3s are. The answer will be the 7 upon 3. And here we have to take this ratio is your 7 upon 3. And here we have to take the ratio of the other two sides of the triangle, that is PQ and PR. So PQ upon PR. PQ value is 7 and here is 3. So if we see the QM upon MR is giving the 7 upon 3. PQ upon PR is also giving 7 upon 3. It means these two ratios are equal. So we can say that therefore QM upon MR is equal to PQ upon PR. So our ratios are equal. So we can say that this is the your bisector. So we can write ray PM is bisector of angle QPR. Reason we will give converse of angle bisector property. Why converse? Because हम रिवर्स ऑर्डर में आए हैं. जनरली एंगल बाइसेक्टर प्रॉपर्टी सेज एंगल बाइसेक्टर है तो रेशियो सेम होगा. यहाँ पे हम उल्टा जा रहे हैं. हमने चेक किया कि रेशियो सेम है तो आपका एंगल बाइसेक्टर है. नाउ लेट अस मूव टू द योर सब क्वेश्चन 2. अगेन हियर आल्सो वी हैव टू चेक वेदर रे पीएम इज द बाइसेक्टर और नॉट. तो उसके लिए हमको क्या चेक करना पड़ेगा? रेशियो. किसका किसका रेशियो लेंगे? आरएम का और एमक्यू का एक साथ एंड आपकी रिमेनिंग टू साइड्स ऑफ द ट्रायंगल मींस आरपी और पीक्यू का. तो विल टेक आरएम अपॉन एमक्यू. इट विल बी द 6/8. किसके टेबल में आता है? 2 2 3 जा 4 जा तो इट विल गिव द आंसर 3/4. तो आरएम अपॉन एमक्यू इज 3/4. नाउ वी हैव टू टेक द रेशियो ऑफ द अदर टू साइड्स ऑफ द ट्रायंगल आरपी एंड पीक्यू. आरपी अपॉन PQ. RP is your 7 and PQ is your 10. 7 is not coming in any numbers table because it's a prime number, तो वो reduce और नहीं होगा. तो if we compare, ये ratio आया आपका 3/4 and this ratio we are getting the 7/12. Are they same? No. Therefore, RM upon MQ is not equal to RP upon PQ. The ratio is not same. It means the ray PM is not a bisector. Therefore, ray PM is not bisector of angle QPR. Reason? Converse of angle bisector property. Similarly, we'll see your sub question 3. Again, we have to identify whether the PM is your bisector or not. PM को bisector प्रूफ करने के लिए हमको रेशियो को सेम करना पड़ेगा. तो रेशियो हम किसका लेंगे? जिस साइड को इंटरसेक्ट कर रहा है उसके रेशियो एंड द रेशियो ऑफ द अदर टू साइड्स. तो विल टेक द रेशियो ऑफ द QM अपॉन MR that is 3.6/4. Again, we are having the decimal point. After decimal, we are having the only one point, so we have to multiply by 10. So 3.6 into 10, 4 into 10. Because whenever we are multiplying in a numerator, compulsorily we have to multiply in the denominator also. So it will be your 36/40. Now, which number is dividing both 36 and 40? Yes, your 4. 4 9 ja, 4 10 ja. The number is your 9/10. Your final answer is 9/10. Now we have to take the ratio of the other two sides of the triangle, that is your QP upon PR. So it will be the 9 and PR is your 10. So as we observe, QM upon MR is 9/10 as well as QP upon PR is also 9/10. It means these ratios are equal. It means ray PM is the bisector of angle QPR. There, since QM upon MR is equal to QP upon PR, so we can say that ray PM is bisector of angle QPR. Reason, converse of angle bisector property. So this way we have solved question number 1. Whenever the question is asked to identify, to verify, to check whether the ray is angle bisector or not, so what we have to do? We have to take in a converse way. We have to compare the ratios. आपको आपके रेशियो निकालने हैं और दोनों रेशियो को we have to compare. If the ratios are equal, then the ray is bisector, or else ray is not bisector. Now we'll move to the question number 3 directly, because as I told, in this session we will do the sums related to the angle bisector property only. तो आपके practice set 1.2 में से the question related to the angle bisector property, those sum only we are going to take today. As we see the figure, these two dots, it means this is the ray. It is dividing the angle into two equal parts. If you see the figure or if you read the word bisector, we will come to know that this question is related to the angle bisector property. Now, angle bisector property से related question are the very important question, because every year in a board exam this type of the question is come for your 2 marks. It's compulsorily it is coming for the 2 marks every year. So we have to learn properly this type of the sum, and it's a very easy also. Let us see how to solve. In triangle MNP, NQ is the bisector of angle N, as we can see MNP. NQ is the bisector of angle N. MN value is given 2.5. Sorry, MN value is given 5. MQ is your 2.5 and PN is your 7. And we have to find the QP. As we are with the angle bisector, so which property we are going to apply? Angle bisector property only. So whatever is given to us, first we have to write that, then we will solve. So we start solving. What is given? In triangle MNP, NQ is a bisector of angle N. We have to compulsorily write this line, that particular ray is the bisector of any particular angle, because when we will write the ray is bisector of angle, then only we can apply the angle bisector property, or else it's not your acceptable. आपको bisector की line लिखनी ही पड़ेगी. So here we have written that NQ is the bisector of the angle N. Now as we know that by angle bisector property, the ray which divides the side, उसका ratio and the ratio of the other two sides are equal. So we will write by angle bisector property, the ratio of the two sides of the triangle, that is MN and NP, MN upon NP is equal to MQ upon QP. MQ upon QP. MN, NP आपके two sides of the triangle and your opposite sides के ratio MQ and QP. So we'll put the value. Your MN is 5, your NP is 7, your MQ is 2.5, and we have to find QP. We don't know, so we will write QP as it is. Now we are having the 3 value and QP we don't know, so what we will do, as it's a fraction, it will get cross multiplied. So 5 into QP is equal to 7 into 2.5. 5 into QP is equal to 7 into 2.5. Now we have to find the value of the QP. So we will shift 5. 5 was the multiplying over here. It will divide. So 7 into 2.5 upon 5. So 2.5 can cut 5 into the 2 times, because 2.5 का double ही 5 होता है. Now 2 can cut 7 into 3.5. 7 का half करने पे 3.5. So we got therefore QP is equal to 3.5. So this way we have to got the value of the QP. What we have to do? First we have to compulsorily write this line, that particular ray is the bisector of an angle. Then we have to apply the angle bisector, जो ratio है वो. Then we have to put the value. We have to cross multiply. We have to calculate, and we will get the answer. Now we'll move to the question number 6. As you look at to the figure, as we see 2 dots, it means it is the angle bisector. It means this problem is based on your angle bisector property. So we will solve by using the angle bisector property. So what I told, what to write first? First we have to write the statement, which ray is the bisector of which angle. So which is the ray which is bisecting? Here the ray is NQ, and it is bisecting which angle? Your angle N. So we will write ray NQ is bisector of angle N. कैसे पता चल रहा है? As we are having the 2 dots, it means here your angle bisector is passing. Our angle bisector name is NQ, which is the bisector of your angle N. Now we have to apply the angle bisector property by angle bisector property, which says the ratio of the other two sides of the triangle, that is MN and NP, MN upon NP is equal to the ratio of the parts of the opposite side, that is MQ upon QP. MQ upon QP. Now put the value. MN is 25, NP is your 40, MQ is 14, and QP we have to find. Now what we have to do? We have to cross multiply. So 25 will multiply with the QP is equal to 14 into 40. Now as we have to find the QP, so 25 will shift, it was the multiply, it will go and it will divide. So QP is equal to 14 into 40 upon 25. Now 24 directly cannot divide the 40 or 14, so we'll take a number जो आपको 40 और 25 कट कर सके. 5 you can cut, 5 5 जा, 5 8 जा. Now again 5 cannot cut 8, 5 cannot cut 14 also, so we will directly multiply the numerator. 14 8 जा, your 112 upon 5. Now we have to divide 112 by 5. So after dividing you will get a 22.4. So your answer of the QP is 22.4. I hope you all have understood your question number 6. So if you observe your practice at 1.2, you will come to know your question number 8 is also related to your angle bisector property. When you look at to the figure, आपको दो dots, ray and bisect से पता चल जाएगा this question is also related to your angle bisector property. I hope till now you all have understood how to identify which question is related to your angle bisector property. So we'll solve because it is also related to the your angle bisector property. So what we have to write first? First we have to write that statement which ray is the bisector of which angle. So where is the ray? Where is your bisector? Your bisector name is here MT. Your ray MT is bisecting which angle? LMN. So we'll write ray MT is bisector of angle LMN. Now we have to apply by angle bisector property. So we have to apply angle bisector property. So it will be the ratio of the two sides of the triangle, that is LM upon MN is equal to the ratio of the side which is intersected by your angle bisector. So it will be the LT upon TN. LT upon TN. So we'll put the value LM and MN ka 6 and 10. LT we don't know, so we will write as it is, and TN is we are having the 8. So we got the two fraction. How we will solve? We have to cross multiply. So 6 into 8 is equal to LT into 10. Again we have to find the LT. It means we have to shift your 10. So it will be the 6 into 10 upon 6 into 8 upon 10. So 6 8 is 48 upon 10 is equal to LT. Now 10 cannot fully divide the 48, but it can divide and it will give a decimal point. So it will be the LT is equal to 4.8. So this way we got the value of LT as a 4.8. I hope you all have understood your question number 8 also. Now when will you see, you will find that question number 9 is also related to your angle bisector, because here angle bisector is given. So this sum is also based on the angle bisector property. Let us try to solve. Now what is the question is saying? In triangle ABC, BD bisects the angle ABC. Your BD is bisecting your angle ABC, as we can see also. AB is x, BC is x plus 5, AD is x minus 2, DC is x plus 2. Here direct values are not given. Values are given in terms of x, and we have to find the value of x only. So as this sum is based on the angle bisector property, so we will apply angle bisector property only. So what will be your first statement? Which ray is bisecting which angle? So we will write segment BD bisects angle ABC. So by angle bisector property, by angle bisector property, it will be the ratio of the two sides of the triangle, that is AB upon BC is equal to the ratio of third side which is intersected by the your angle bisector, that is AD upon DC. AB upon BC is equal to AD upon DC. Now put the value AB is equal to x, BC is your x plus 5, and AD is your x minus 2 and DC is your x plus 2. Now as we know that if we are having the fraction, they will get cross multiplied. So x will multiply with the x plus 2. Here we are having the two terms, so we will write in a bracket x plus 2, x into x plus 2. Here x minus 2 I am writing in a bracket because we are having two terms, x minus 2 into x plus 5. We cross multiplied x into x plus 2, x minus 2 into x plus 5. Now x will multiply with the x first. As x is the outside of the bracket, it will go and it will meet both the terms. It will meet both the terms. So x into x, x square plus x into plus y plus, because we are having the plus sign, x into 2, 2x. Now x minus 2, x plus 5. We are having the two terms here and two terms here also. So it will make a 4 pair. First x will multiply with the x, then x will multiply with the 5. Then minus 2 ka turn. Minus 2 is multiplying with the x and minus 2 will multiply with the 5. First x will multiply with the x, x into x, x square. Then x will multiply with the plus 5. It will become a plus 5x. Then x is over. X made both the terms. Now whose term? Minus 2. Minus 2 into x, minus 2x. And minus 2 into plus 5, minus 10. Let us see again. X into x, x square, x into 2, 2x is equal to, now two terms, so both the term will multiply with the other two terms. X into x, x square, x into 5, 5x, minus 2 into x, minus 2x, minus 2 into 5, minus 10. So here they are not like sum, so they will not add and subtract. So x square plus 2x is equal to x square plus 5x minus 2x. Both are like term because both are having the x. Plus 5x minus 2x. 5x means 2x it will be the plus 3x minus 10. As we know that we will call all the variable on the left hand side and we will leave the number on the right hand side. So it will be the x square plus 2x minus x square minus 3x is equal to minus 10. हमने वेरिएबल को वेरिएबल के पास बुला लिया, तो x square was the positive, it will become a negative, plus 3x it will become minus 3x, and there we will left with the minus 10 only. So x square minus x square will get cancelled. 2x minus 3x, 2x minus 3x, 2x में से 3x गया तो it will be the minus 1x. And usually 1 we are not writing, so we can write as the minus x, or we can write minus 1x also. So minus x is equal to minus 10. Minus minus will get cancelled and we got the answer x is equal to 10. Let us discuss once again. We had one figure where angle bisector is given, so we applied the angle bisector property. Here in this question direct values are not given, values are given in the form of x. So we put the value, we cross multiply and then we solve and we got the answer x is equal to 10. I hope you all have understood this question also, and here we have completed with all the question related to your angle bisector property. So today we have learned about angle bisector property. Angle bisector property is applicable when angle bisector is given in your question, and what your angle bisector property says, it says that if in any triangle angle bisector is given, angle bisector is intersecting one side of the triangle at a point. So ratio of that particular side is equal to ratio of the remaining two sides of the triangle. Afterwards we have solved the sums based on the angle bisector property. We had two types of the sum. First, where we have to identify the given ray is the angle bisector or not. In that we have to use the angle bisector property in a converse way. What we have to do? We have to find the ratio. If the ratios are equal, it means your ray is angle bisector. If the ratios are not equal, it means your ray is not angle bisector. Then we have done the sums based on the angle bisector property, where your direct angle bisector is given and the sum values are given to us. We have to apply the angle bisector property, we have to put the value, then we have to solve and we will get the answer. This way we have done all the sums based on your angle bisector property. I hope you all have understood the angle bisector properties and sums based on angle bisector property. Still, if you are facing any doubt, any query, anything, you all can ask. We will clear in the next video.